Well, so much for my super duper open alternate an alternate source of internet power. It'll take me just a minute, and I'll be right back to here on Runway DFW.
Southwest 23, runway 31. Southwest 23, runway 31, left, clear to land. Left, clear to land. South.
Catch up to our signal here.
Southwest 2326, contact left departure.
Southwest 2326.
Left tower, runway 31 right, line of point. Left tower, runway 31 right, line of point.
31 right, line of point, Southwest 3523. Target Southwest 2499, Island 3 on that.
Southwest 2499, left tower, runway 3 left, clear to land.
31 left, clear to land, Southwest 2499.
Number 0 Juliet Foxtrot, where do you park?
We're going to Custom.
0 Juliet Foxtrot, keep the speed up from Mike 5, left turn Mike 5, contact ground.
Where you said left turn?
0 Juliet Foxtrot, yeah, turn left on Mike 5 and keep it rolling down Mike. So left turn Mike 5, left turn Mike.
Okay, left Mike 5, left Mike.
And contact ground once you're on Mike, traffic will be crossing behind you.
Will do.
Okay, if you're still with us, we are we've dropped down our signal to 30 frames a second at 720p in order to accommodate our what appears to be a limited signal tonight. So we'll get going here. We're going to start.
Southwest 51 left tower, pull up to hold short.
We'll start the show over again.
Hold 2, hold short, 31 right, Southwest 51.
So here we go.
Charlie 200, turn around, 26, taxi Charlie, park on the ground line. Left 35, 23, on Mary, runway 31 right, clear to go.
On that pair, 31 right, clear to go, Southwest 35, 23.
Live and in color from DFW Founders Plaza at DFW International Airport in Texas. This is Runway DFW, your YouTube home for live action from DFW Airport. My name is Walt Zwerko, but that's not important right now. We've got lots of airplane spotting to do. So let's get to it right here on Runway DFW. It's a beautiful day on December 4th, 2021. That's me. I shouldn't be in the picture. Getting early training plane spotter. Here's that coming in from south of the border. Well, that was a look at our very first, well, not exactly our first broadcast of Runway DFW, but it was one of the first one that kind of looked semi-acceptable, but obviously we've had some issues along the way, and we continue to have them tonight. But I would like to welcome you to our anniversary broadcast, our 4th anniversary broadcast. And we'll play this. We'll do this. Well, I'd like to say congratulations to Runway DFW for 4 years of YouTube broadcasting to you. It just goes to show you that nothing, in some ways, nothing has changed over all these years. We continue to have occasional internet problems and technical glitches, but I'm so glad that you're here with us to share this event with us tonight on Runway DFW. So we are at Dallas Love Field. Let's turn back up our ATC. We'll get our wild sound going again. There we go.
Southwest 2185, turn left up Mike 5, contact.
And now we've got to put in our identification. And I'll let you know where we are broadcasting from, Dallas Love Field, here in Dallas, Texas. And so,
Love wind 360 at 5.
Juan Macias, with a congratulations, thank you. There's our friend and moderator, O'Malley. Hello, O'Malley. Josh Aldrich here as well. Thank you, Sean Bramlett. Rebecca 3.0, a channel member, says the Gremlins won't win. Walt, happy anniversary. Thank you. Yeah, we should probably watch some back into the groove. We are in North Float tonight here. It means the planes, some of them in right over the downtown district. But our first arrival is going to be a Gulfstream G650ER.
November 7 Tango Lima, speed and altitude permitting. You can start your left-hand turn heading 290.
This particular aircraft appears from Teterboro Airport in New Jersey, just across the Hudson. It's already looking busier than it did on Tuesday night at Dallas Love Field.
Tower, UBS 2350, Foxtrot on the approach, RNAV 31 right.
Left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, RNAV close.
Camera tonight, I was thinking ahead if we had this situation. So this camera having a bit of issue with our internet connection, so bear with us. So we'll take a quick look at the hazy moon.
Southwest 4271, contact loss for departure.
Good night, 4271.
And there it is there, aglow. There's our friend Kevin from Wellington Flights Live. Wish the gremlins were not invited. Well, I'm sure you've had your fair share there, Kevin. Let's see what we got here.
Southwest 2940, RNAV floats, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff.
31 left, Southwest 2940.
Jet.
502, turn around.
That was 3500 coming in from Portland, Oregon. Josh Aldrich with a $1 super chat. Thank you so much, Josh, and thank you again for being one of our long-term supporters and of course a great mod. Thank you. Fire Picks 1979, aka Larry Brown. Been a channel member now for 31 months. Congrats. Have enjoyed all 31 months. I wish I could say that I've enjoyed every second of every broadcast. Sometimes you just want to throw in the towel, but not tonight. Tonight is a little bit special. I think I counted, we have about 700 some broadcasts over the last 4 years. That's just the live broadcast. We do mostly live. There's some small library of recorded content, but mostly live stuff. A Socata TBM 700 is next to arrive from Norman, Oklahoma. It left just under an hour ago. I believe this to be a single engine propeller aircraft.
Tower 3420, ILS 31 left.
3420 left tower, runway 31 left, clear to land.
31 left, clear to land, Delta 3420.
And there's a Southwest plane there on the taxiway getting ready for its turn.
Southwest 1031 left tower, runway 31 right, line of point.
31 right, line of point, Southwest 1031.
We've had a very good signal here
Number 5, Sierra Foxtrot, when able to take
from Dallas Love Field for, I don't know, as long as I can remember. It's been pretty good. Not tonight, however.
Let's see, Alpha 5, monitor ground. 5 Sierra Foxtrot.
Let me see. Let me go back in time here to say thank you to Texas Girl, who's been a member now, Quadjet member now for 20 months. Thank you, Texas Girl. Good evening, Walt. Good to see you again. Is Founders Plaza opening up again next month? Well, haven't heard anything official. That's all I know is what they said. See, Larry Brown, we celebrated you. Emery, you're just with a $2 super chat. What is that I missed? Well, you didn't really miss anything. It's just that our opening turned out to be a little bit, well, it wasn't as rehearsed, let's put it that way. This plane coming in over on the west side of the airport. Runway 31 left. And we are still dropping frames, which technically means you're not seeing everything we're broadcasting, but you may not be able to see all of it. I have one more thing I can try. One more connection I can attempt to make. Actually, I have a couple. But let me get 49 super chat. Thank you, Just Plains Crazy. I appreciate your support of the channel. Heath Shelton, as we please enjoy a slice of Runway DFW birthday $1 super chat. Happy 4th anniversary, Walt. She's date for Founders Plaza, and here's, I'll do the emoji. No, another method of not working. Let me see, what have I got in my bag of tricks? Well, I've got another other than what we're using right now. So I think I'm going to try that. So
Southwest 33 on a 5-mile final, wind 3504 and
so let me see what I can do. I got to go to the car. I've got to get another phone, which we'll use as a modem to connect out, and we'll see if that works. So stand by. I'll put on some standby music. Alright, so right now I'm monitoring our signal. It appears to be holding steady, so I'm not going to try anything just yet. But I do appreciate your patience here on this Thursday night edition of Runway DFW as we celebrate 4 years of broadcasting. Let's see what we can do with some planes here and see if we can get them to land without breaking up, at least as far as the internet goes.
Love tower, TV, Care Fly 4.
3343, company traffic, 4 mile final, runway 3 right, left, wait.
Lock out our tip light 4, we'll let you about 4 miles. Mike 5 ground.
Well, are you still getting
350 F4, 1.5 meters, runway 31 right, clear take.
1.5 meters, 31 right, clear take off over 3320.
Clear flight 4, radar contact, from here, stay, up in 3024, proceed direct, sure to method.
Let it 5 Bravo 30, proceeding direct, roll call out for landing assured, clear flight 4, thank you.
2623, runway 31 right, total land on 3604. Total land 31 right, southwest. Southwest 3343, contact, Lone Star, departure, good night.
Good night.
all right? Well, it looks like our signal is stabilizing. So I'm going to cross my fingers here. Everybody cross your fingers and we'll see if it can all work out.
Southwest 4623, Mike 5, what's your gate?
Mike 5 going to 5, Southwest 4623.
4620 to Bravo, Bravo straight into 5, monitor ground.
All right. With our quest to bring you a broadcast tonight.
4 landing assured, altitude.
First of all, Aaron Ching from Sydney has been a member for 2 months. Yesterday, the world's longest one. Reading about that. And thank you for his screen name back. Super chat. Thank you, Steve. Congratulations on 4 years. Been with you almost the whole time. Can't wait to get back to people ask all the time, we're going to be back at DFW, and it's all depending on when Founders Plaza opens. We'll keep up with it as best as we can, and again. Brr, as the internet goes. I assume you can still hear me, but the picture. Okay, I'm going to get my more music, and we'll be back with you after a bit.
Flight 2.
Care Flight 2 left turn.
Hey, good evening, sir. Care Flight 2 is on top of Method. It's still squawking an earlier, 4647. We are northeast bound going out to Greenville.
Care Flight 2 cleared into cross Bravo airspace, level altimeter 3024.
3024. Thanks, sir. We're on the go. Care Flight 2.
Check 37, take Bravo 4 there, hop over to Mike 2, hold short runway 31 right.
Tower 2029 ILS
2029 left tower, winds variable 3, runway 31, flat to clear lane.
Clear lane up to the left.
That's 2029, my last range report's around 1800.
Okay. Get better. We just should feel it.
All right, we've switched to a different network, and I think, well, at least for the time being, it seems a little more solid. So let us proceed as though nothing went wrong, right? Welcome to Runway DFW After Dark on our 4th anniversary. It's our 4th anniversary broadcast. So it's our birthday. We're celebrating with you. And I thank you for watching. And we just missed what looks to be a Delta 757.
8893 left turn at Mike 5, taxi over to Bravo, taxi down Bravo 2. Mike 5, Bravo 2.
Let's see what we got there. This 757-200 came in from Provo, Utah after a 2-hour flight. It is undoubtedly some sort of a sports charter.
Southwest 2119, wind 3604, Arnett Berry, runway 31 right, clear for takeoff.
Arnett Berry, 31 right, clear for takeoff, Southwest.
Of course, Utah has both a basketball and a hockey team, I believe.
Left runway 31 right, line of way.
Line of way, 31 right, line of way.
And that'll no doubt be the largest aircraft we see tonight, unless there's some major surprise coming our way. So let's see where this is going to park. Usually these Delta planes park over on the east side, across the way from us. They're doing some work on the taxiway on that side, which may be one reason it's coming down this way. And so likely it'll cross over 31 right at some point.
Flight 2 squawk 4646. 4646. Good luck. Southwest 2119, contact, we'll start departure.
Always a treat to see the 757 in passenger configuration, because it's a plane we don't see on a scheduled basis at DFW Airport either.
7 Hotel Juliet, wind variable at 3, Arnett Berry, runway 31 right, clear for takeoff.
Arnett Berry, 31 right, clear for takeoff, 7 Hotel Juliet.
Chapter 520 Romeo Pop, left tower, runway 31 right, line of wait.
31 right, line of point, 520 Romeo Pop.
Air Flight 2, you better contact over Darwin Heliport, showing you southwest bound 1,200, you're cleared to dispatch Bravo airspace, altimeter 3024, proceed direct, report landing assured message.
3024, go direct. We'll call you landing assured, thanks sir.
Tower regional 168 Whiskey Island.
Okay, 168 Whiskey left tower, Whiskey variable 3, runway 31 left, clear to land.
31 left, clear to land.
Delta 8893, traffic holding in position, make the left turn there, cross runway 31 right, taxi via Alpha to parking, have your time.
Cross 31 right at Mike 3, Alpha to park.
7 Hotel Julie, contact Lone Star departure, see.
Oh, departure, see you later.
So it does appear to be going over to the a terminal over there on the east. Not a terminal, but well, to a parking spot over there on the east side of the facility. Apparently there's some sports teams that had been using New Pacific Airlines for charter flights. And as you may have heard, New Pacific, well, they made an interesting decision last month to rebrand, and then a week later they said, we're going belly up. We'll get back to the Delta jet here in a second. See where it winds up.
Channel 0 Romeo Papa, contact Lone Star departure, good night.
Departure, good night, 0 Romeo Papa.
Air Flight 2, previous call challenge is about 3 miles off your left side, descending out of 2600.
If you're just joining us, we're looking at Delta Flight 8893, 757-200, just touched down from Provo, Utah.
Southwestbound at 1000.
We're just now starting to come out of the clouds. We're looking for
1998.
Sir, Mike, they're west of your final now, no fact.
Copy, thanks.
27-year-old aircraft.
Traffic's behind you, to your left, no fact.
Zero, I do, thanks.
So let's see, do we see any buses over there ready to grab sports players off the plane and whisk them to a nearby hotel establishment? Disappearing in a cloud of dust. So you can see by the red lights in the foreground, they are doing some work on the taxiway on the right side of runway 31 right.
Tower, South 4231 West.
0 Whiskey, safe parking. Put on landing. Get your Whiskey, take Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, have a good night.
Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, good night.
Southwest, I think it's 4231, left tower, check 9, you're calling the Challenger, short final, Winston Palm, runway 31 right, good landing.
I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if it's one of the engines that kind of got smoky there at the stop. I'm not sure. Route Doctor seems to think it's dirt from the construction area. And Luke says that's definitely plausible. Here is, I popped it up for a second there, Lucy Romero with a $20 super chat. Congratulations for 4 years. Go Cougars on Saturday. And I'll say, yeah, sure, go Cougars. I'm so unsportsy that I have no idea what team or what, I'm guessing it's a school the Cougars represent, so I apologize for that. So Wendy Wiles says, plane must be for the Stars. The Mavericks are playing Oklahoma City tomorrow.
Outbound Alpha Park, Mike, have a good night.
1095, you got that?
Graphic Sign and Design has been a member of this channel for 28 months now. Thank you so much for that. Happy holidays to you and your family, and to you and yours as well. Thank you. Grumpy Forrester, congratulations on the 4 years from a couple of years long lurker. Here's to many more years. Thank you for that $10 super chat. Grumpy Forrester. There's no is,
1095, you got that?
you know, I totally understand
Get your clearance in
the
5 minutes and 1 second.
you know, if you don't want to chat or anything, you just want to hang out, that's fine. But we're happy that you popped in tonight on this occasion. Joe Cramond with a £4 super chat. Thank you for that. Says congratulations. And Joe has been a member, Twinjet member, for 4 years now. So thank you, Joe. And Scotty H 1968 informs us that this plane is carrying the BYU Brigham Young University football team. Okay, well that would match coming from Provo. Let's see, we have dropped no frames. That is wonderful. I think we're on the right path here. Flyer KG, member for 16 months. Hello, Walt. Happy to have been here with you, and I am pleased as punch that you've been here with us. As you can see, it's a little hazy tonight. Flight 4231 coming in from Austin, Texas, a 737-700 on Runway DFW After Dark. Joni, 422. It's been a Twinjet member for 5 months. Happy 4th anniversary. More to come. Thank you. We've got a couple of Southwest flights lining up to take off here on the east side of Dallas Love Field Airport. in the Peacock A380, one of our good friends from down under, a member for 17 months. Congrats, Walt. Stay safe and warm. It's 100 degrees Fahrenheit in Sydney. Really? Wow. You know, I was talking to Mrs. Runway DFW about that. We both are in agreement that we'd rather deal with 100-degree temperatures than 20, 30, 40-degree temperatures Fahrenheit. I guess I haven't told you what the temperature is here tonight.
Tower, Southwest 803, use our nav, Zulu 31 right. Southwest 803, left tower, once you come, runway.
It appears to be 39 degrees Fahrenheit here at the moment. Winds out of the north at 4 miles an hour, so that's kind of a mitigating factor.
Roger, Southwest 803.
Thank you so much, Luke, the random spotter, for a $5 super chat. Seems like yesterday, Mrs. Runway DFW was peer pressuring me to be a mod all over a song that became forbidden. Congratulations on 4 years. Here's to many more. Thank you so much, Luke. And
we are ready, 1095.
I am so happy that we got to be friends.
Take off, 31 right now, with 1095.
And all my best to you and your family this holiday season.
8031, copy, sneak it out, running.
Okay, what do we got here? We have a Southwest Airlines 737. I know. The planes kind of come and go from the radar, Flight Radar 24 I'm talking about, not from the airport's own radar. I believe this to be Flight 1095 going to Nashville, Max 8, now that it's on the radar. Did I mention that before we came on the air, in fact before I had set up any equipment, I was sitting in the car finishing up my work from my full-time job, and I looked at this Southwest jet coming in, and it just kept going. It went up. It was a go-around on a flight from St. Louis. Well, there wasn't much distance between that plane and this one, was there, on this single runway here on the east side of Dallas Love Field.
502 left tower, runway 31 right, line of way.
Line of runway 31 right, please, 502.
So let's see if we have any football players getting off that plane over there.
Mike 5, what's your game?
Mike 5.
Where is it?
03 taxi via Bravo to gate 2, monitor ground. Have a good night.
There it is.
Bravo gate 2 will monitor ground stop.
Well, unfortunately, we're on the side away from the boarding ramp. Our good friend Cloudy Sayers, who you may know as
Showing 200 contact Lone Star Park.
AA Pilot Wife on Instagram. Happy 4-year anniversary to Runway DFW. It's been such a pleasure. I am, once again, you know, I think back on these 4 years and I think all the people that I never would have encountered or met in any way, and it's just such, I feel so lucky that that all happened. So Cloudy, all the best to you and to your husband and to your daughter this holiday season. One thing I am looking forward to when we get back to DFW is to catch a glimpse of the new flagship American Airlines livery, which I've only seen pictures of. And I have to say, the pictures that I've seen look better than the mock-up that the airline sent out initially. But I'll pass judgment when I see it for real. The Peacock A380 says Qantas brought back its final Airbus A380 into Sydney today via Abu Dhabi and Los Angeles. VHOQC, named after Paul McGuinness, is officially back in service, completing Qantas's set of 10 A380 Super Jumbo Kings of the Skies. That is so cool. Thanks for letting us know. And that is one. Now that Qantas has 10, its full complement of A380s, that means that that's going to be getting ready, or that fleet is going to be getting ready to return to full-time daily service to DFW from Sydney. Very exciting. Reverse ops. Our friend Patrick, aloha Walt, hauloi la makahiki. Did I pronounce that right? Probably not, but thank you so much, Patrick. Again, another person in a far-flung part of the world, Hawaii, that I never would have had a chance to meet without getting involved in plane spotting. Almost looks a little spooky tonight, doesn't it? Dial down that exposure. Texas Girl, have a good night, guys. Safe travels going home, Walt. Texas Girl, thank you once again for your super chat and for your friendship, for your support of the channel over all these years. Much appreciated, and safe travels to you. Raina Taylor, the official equestrian champion of Runway DFW, with a $5 super chat. Congratulations on 4 years being the best channel ever. Really proud of you, Walt. Aw, well, thank you so much to you, Raina, and we are very proud of you as well. We hope you feel the support that you get from your friends here on Runway DFW. White Cloud Rose says American flew the new livery to Miami this afternoon. Very cool. Rainbow Kid Aviation, happy 4-year anniversary. It's been amazing for the reasonably short time I've had the honor of being part of this community. We are glad you are here with us. What is A380 daily flights to DFW from January, says the Peacock A380, David. Subject to operational requirements. Always that asterisk, right? But that is very good to know. All right, well now we've come upon a lull in the action here, haven't we?
Southwest 2316 left tower, winds calm, runway 31 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 31 left, Southwest 23.
Peek back in at that Delta jet, see what's going on over there. Hang on a second, let me get it in our sights.
That's 1896 left tower, guys ready? Yep. That's 1896.
Oh, either they've...
float, runway 31 left, go take off.
Oh, there it is.
Takeoff 31 left, RNAV float, Southwest 1896.
Oh, look. There's a BYU football truck pulling up. Players didn't get on that, but I guess that's got the gear, or perhaps it's for the band. Interesting. Let me take a look here at jet tip, see if there's anything of special interest tonight. The Spirit of Hope, 737, Southwest 737-700. Spirit of Hope livery is coming in, scheduled to come in. Well, it's in flight, scheduled to come in right after about 9:10. It's about 45 minutes from now. I don't think I've ever seen that one. Tomorrow, we won't be here tomorrow afternoon, but if you're here tomorrow afternoon in the lunch hour, there'll be a United Airbus A321 coming in from Lubbock, Texas, and then going out to Denver, I guess, after it drops off its passengers from Lubbock, Texas. We've got a MAX 8 on approach from Midway Airport in Chicago, flight 2316. I see it on the radar. I don't see it with my eyes, so we'll be on the lookout for that.
2661 left tower, you're following company.
H-Dot is here with a 10-pound super chat. Congratulations on 4 years of streaming. Here's to many more. Thank you so much, H-Dot. Really appreciate that. Everybody's been very kind tonight, especially given our problems with connections tonight. We tried 3 different connections. The third time was the charm, using a different network than we usually use. So that's I guess a good thing that we have that. Okay, now I see the flight coming in from Midway. It's coming in over the downtown area, so we will switch our focus back to that. Reverse ops, we know what it's like. You can't tag everyone from the phone. Someone was saying that YouTube is working on that. That is one of the things that we might expect to see in the future. I hope so. And Don wants to know if I saw his membership milestone, and apparently I did not. So let me go back and see if I can find that. There it is. Pittsburgh, Don, a member now for 21 months. Happy anniversary, Walt. Thank you, Don, and thank you for being one of our one of our mods in the Moderation Federation. Yeah, we did have some technical issues earlier tonight that seem to have been resolved. So the flight from Midway now on final there. You see it there, that bright light over downtown Dallas. That big outlined building there is the Bank of America Tower, the city's tallest building. Once the tallest building in the state, I think it is no longer. And regrettably, that's all we can bring you of the landings over there on the west side due to the obstruction of the garage. There's not, as with most airports, there's no one perfect place
2316, right at Charlie,
to get a view here, unless you're in the control tower. That's probably a pretty good place. I'm going to go over to the car for just a second. I'll be off mic getting my new electronic hand warmers. Stand by.
924 left tire, guys ready?
Affirm, Southwest 924.
924, company is 3.5 out, RNAV Nolan, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff, wind calm.
RNAV Nolan 31 left, clear for takeoff, Southwest 924. And Southwest 924, we're RNAV float.
I'm sorry, you're right, RNAV float.
RNAV float, 31 left, clear for takeoff, Southwest 924.
Good catch.
Alright, electronic hand warmer activated. Let's see if it works. Incoming, we've got from
924 contact.
from Reagan National Airport
924, good night, sir.
in Washington. Flight 2661, a 737-800. There's Reunion Tower over there. We'll take a look at that in a second. So we're going to take a look at old Reunion. See if we can decipher what's on it tonight. Well, I see a heart. And that looks like a Texas flag. Oh, this hand warmer is working. CFI on the fly. with a congrats. Thank you for that. Josh Elkins, thank you for your congratulations. Captain Morgan 757, thank you. So could you read what that says? Something about Dallas? DA. Well, maybe. There's 757 Chip. Hello, Chip. Good to see you tonight on Runway DFW. Always a treat when you can pop by. Super 80 Adrian celebrating 26 months of membership here. Happy 4 years of streaming. I appreciate that. There's Temporary Window, a member for 5 months. Congratulations on 4 years. Temporary Window is a fellow live streamer from, I believe, from Canada. Pittsburgh Don says, I may not come around as much due to work. I get that, but it's always great to be on board. Here's to 4 more years. Keep up the good job, Walt. Thank you, Don. I'm being flattered by all this talk. Don says, electric hand warmers, we need those. It's here, it's called in Pittsburgh. Well, I'll show you what I've got. This was, I found this at Walmart. Can you see it there? Just a little gizmo. It can serve as a power bank as well. Small power bank, but I've got it on high right now. It feels nice and warm. Although it is only like 39 degrees here. It's not like outrageously cold here yet.
So 2743, look, are you ready?
About 50 seconds, after 2743.
Okay, let me know.
Just below us, this is flight 4623, 737-700 going to Reagan National Airport in Washington.
So 4623, look, are you ready?
Yeah, we're working south here.
You're just up short of my...
Well, Don says where he is, 21 degrees with a wind chill of 16 Fahrenheit, dropping to around 12 tonight. I don't feel so bad now. Emmett Nemesis with a happy anniversary, and I thank you for that. We've got another plane coming to join the flight that's now waiting. Will be flight 1953 going to New Orleans.
1953, hello, car. 1953, if you can, side step on Bravo 1, then join the flight.
We say good evening, or very late good evening, to Dave Billington from Liverpool. You're up late with us tonight, Dave. Thank you. Bill Wood S.A. or Bill Woods A. I'm not sure. $4 super chat. Thank you and all your helpers for everything. Thank you, Bill. Captain Morgan wants to know if I enjoy snowfalls. I do, like once a year.
1953, you ready?
It looks like flight 1953 to New Orleans is going to just dash off here. That flight to Midway, was it Midway? No, it was to DCA. Is, I guess, waiting for some reason. Maybe it's got to wait for a slot. That happens sometimes with airports like Reagan National, which are restricted or have constrictions as to how many flights can go in and out during an hour.
Let's carry this up for 2230. Harness, so 2230, let's go. With 1953, contact one start park. Approach Southwest 1953. Southwest 3214, low car, you ready?
There you go, so 3214.
Go at 3214. Alright, after Nolan, run at 3-1 left, so pick up.
I know, Nolan, 3-1 left, 13 off, Southwest 3214.
Southwest.
So we've got three Southwest jets,
right,
which are lined up to take off here on the east side of the field. Wood Doctor says Pittsburgh 12 degrees Fahrenheit, Cleveland 11. All right, who do we have here? Is this flight 52 going to Lubbock? No, I think that's the other plane. No, we'll find out once it gets into the sky. Now this flight 57 going to Houston Hobby Airport, Max 8. I have lost all track of time tonight. It's about 10 minutes till 9 here in the Central Time Zone. If you're just joining us, we had kind of a technical meltdown to start our broadcast today. And the funny thing is, I had tested it before we went on the air. I was using the connection for about a half hour to do my other job, and everything seemed a-okay. The Peacock A380, thank you so much for a 20 Australian dollar super chat. Walt, Charlene, Moderation Federation, and the collective Runway DFW community. Always educational, always a pleasure. We look forward to catching up with you all next year. Thanks for everything. Yes, we will see you at Cranky Dork Fest 2026. Is it possible that we're less than a month now to 2026?
Flight check 399, low car running 31 right line of wait.
31 right, line up and wait. Wait, flight check 399.
I remember, I'm old enough to remember back when when you heard the year 20 or the year 2000, I would think, wow, that's impossibly into the distant future.
Flight check 399, RNAV to mirrors, 31 right, clear takeoff.
RNAV to mirrors, 31 right, clear for
This plane coming in from Kansas City.
Southwest 1875, running 31 left, on way.
Runway
And just to explain, we are between the two runways here, so it looks like the planes are coming from two different directions, but they're actually not. So isn't it this plane,
Charlie Delta Gate 20, monitor ground.
all by its lonesome waiting down there? Apparently, I think this is going to Washington National Reagan Airport there in D.C.
November is now current. Wind is calm.
Luke Molds with a good afternoon from Bremerton Sheep Station in Masterton, New Zealand at 3:50 p.m. on a Friday afternoon. Great to see you, Luke. Always appreciate your company here at Runway DFW.
Southwest 4623, you got a problem, we're ready.
So I think this plane is ready.
23, car, roger. Beautiful short run, 3, correction now. Right out the barrier, running 31 right, let's take off.
So when
623, R now barrier, running 31 right, let's take off.
When planes
R now barrier, equipment take out 31 right, sorry, that's 4623.
when planes hold like that, you know, just kind of park there and wait. Sometimes it's because, well, there's so many reasons. Could be a passenger's in the restroom. Could be a they don't have all their statistical information they need to proceed from the airline. You know, such as weights, amount of fuel, all that stuff that's got to be input into their computer. And again, sometimes it's because they have to wait in line before they can take off to get into a queue to go to their destination. So it looks to be the last activity we're going to have for a little bit.
Flight 264 left tower, runway 31 right, clear land, when able, request base.
Alright, clear land, 31 right, original base, flight 264.
Well, we do have a plane that's headed our way.
So it's 4623, contact one shot departure connect.
Game Boy Lyric, thank you for becoming a Twin Jet member tonight. Very much appreciated. And a Boatstone with a $4.80 super chat. Happy 48 months of solid streaming. Great show. Well, thank you. That's very thoughtful of you. Michael Flannery, channel member, thank you so much for all you do. I have to drop. Busy day tomorrow. Good evening, all. Michael, thanks for popping in once again, and have a great evening. Let's see, did I get this one? No, this one just kind of... Fire Picks 1979, a.k.a. Larry Brown, with a $20 super chat. Larry's a member. Again, congratulations. Stuff happens. Life would be boring if it was always perfect, and journalists would not have jobs. Here's to 4 more years. Did that go up? There we go. Thank you again, Larry. And speaking of channel members, I think this is as good as time as any to say thank you to our Runway DFW channel members. So let's put our dancing shoes on. So just before 9 p.m. here in the Central Time Zone of the U.S., you're watching Runway DFW After Dark. And I'll remind you of that. It's our 4th anniversary broadcast, and we're happy to have you with us. Let's thank now our viewers who are members of the channel. And that starts with James Webb, the Runway DFW channel sponsor. And now we bring you the list of Runway DFW members compiled from a mayonnaise jar on Funkenwagel's porch at noon today. It's an alphabetical list by first name or number, and so the list begins with 757 Chip as one of our Quad Jet members, along with Alan J., Alaska Plane Spotter, Alice Mabel, Angela Smith, Anna the Dispatcher, Austin, Beaker and Honeydew, Bebe, Brian D, Charles Bowles, CPB 99, Chuck TXK, Cloudy Sayers, Cubs Win, Darren Sorello, David Rutherford, Deeg, Doug Jackson, Dronoki. We've got Dwayne C. as a Quad Jet channel member, along with Eric Coupe, Hagler17, HD Kraut, James Webb, John Lippman, Josh Aldrich, Katie Goodling, Kirby Brooks Sr. is a Quad Jet channel member, so is Leonard Watkins and Lori M. Mark Shirley, Michael Flannery, Michael Hale, Michelle R.S., Mike G., Only Planes Network, Patrick Wooters, Paul S. 1188, Pete Nordine, Payathon, Planes Everywhere, Raina Taylor, Rich F., S35 Bonanza Pilot, Sarah the Real Deal, Skittles, Steve Lundaby, Texas Girl, The Grinch, Tim Swearingen, TNT Oh My, Tyson Price, and Will Hutchison. Those are our Quad Jet channel members. And now the list will continue with our Tri-Jet and Twin Jet members. Thanks to each of you on Runway DFW. We interrupt this music to say thank you to Francis Waite for gifting a Runway DFW membership. And the recipient, Tampa-V4 B.
So RNAV to point, runway 31, left to pick up.
Thank you again, Francis. Greetings to you, Jay. Glad to see you. And so we'll conclude our musical interlude there. There'll be more music later on. We do the a little something we call Chatstravaganza. Okay, I'm trying to catch up with all of your very kind words. CK22384 with a happy anniversary. Thank you. Darth Brian, thank you for that. G Money TX says, I got a cold glass of Rocky Mountain champagne and some Runway DFW. Well, I hope that just makes your night. Maybe you should pop some corn. That would be good. AL Slim seems to think I'm the generational hippest plane spotter on the circuit. Boogie down. Yeah, I'm kind of old school. And old, but old school as well. Well, let's see. We're here. We are. You're seeing the names of our very nice. They're going that way, right? Our very nice channel members scrolling across the bottom of our screen. Thank you once again to each of them, and to you if you're one of our supporters as far as our members go. But you support us just by watching, so we're very glad to have you here on this chilly Thursday night. Let's see how we're doing with our connection. Seems to be holding up okay. Fingers crossed. I think we've got a plane that's getting ready to go out, so we'll turn our attention back to the tarmac. Well, actually, I can't tell yet. No, I guess this is pulling into the terminal. So we'll only get a limited view of it before it goes out of our sight. I'm going to say a big word of thanks to all the ground crews out tonight, working in this chilly weather. Dealing with the bags that no longer fly free on Southwest Airlines. G Money, Texas says it looks cold. It is cold. It's, I believe, under 40 degrees now. Well, my watch says 41. The last I checked with the airport, it was a little colder than that officially. Let's see here. Okay, the airport agrees. It's 41 degrees Fahrenheit, 5 degrees Celsius. But the winds are very gentle, 3 miles an hour. So almost calm, yes? We could confirm that. I know there's a windsock out there somewhere. So there's the windsock. That's a pretty limp windsock, I would say. We're getting ready to welcome Southwest Flight 1719 from Denver. 737-700 coming in here on the east side of the airport. J59er with a $10 super chat. Congrats to your dedication, sir. Well, thank you. I've been out in colder weather, and if you watch plane spotting, you'll know. If you watch the the Curious Spotter from Chicago, among several up there, they do yeoman duty, and any plane spotters in Canada rarely gets that cold here. Let's see, we were supposed to be getting some kind of a special livery, Spirit of Hope. Flight 1719.
Copy. We'll be looking at traffic. No door at the moment. We have them on the radar.
Well, that was it. That was the Spirit of Hope. I guess maybe it has some kind of sticker on it. That's it. Boardinko 90. Now, I should have thought of this. Happy Channelversity. That's very clever. Thank you so much. And thank you once again to our channel members whose the list has just expired. It takes that long to show everybody.
Just passing behind you to your right shouldn't be a factor. Leaving Bravo airspace radar service determinants while you far from change crew. Good night.
Copy on the traffic. Leaving fast.
There's Kevin with Wellington Flights Live. They should install a Wellington one. They seem to work. Or they work. He's talking about the windsocks. Yes, Kevin, here I am dealing with perfectly calm weather, whereas Kevin is got his shoes tied to bricks when he broadcasts from Wellington Airport. And as I always say, if you haven't checked out the aviation stylings of our friend Kevin at Wellington Flights Live, you ought to do that. Well worth your time. Well, at least, Kevin, it's summertime where you are. So even if it gets windy and rainy and blustery, it's still not ice cold, I guess. So there, once again, is the Dallas Love Field inactive windsock. We've got a Beech King Air 360 coming in from McAllen, Texas after about an hour and a half trip. Shall we take a look at that? Let's point our camera in that direction. Coming in here on runway 31 right. We're in north flow. Planes coming in from the south with a gentle north wind blowing. This is a, when I see a King Air, I'm expecting it to be old. This is just a 2-year-old plane.
Southwest 2857 on the RNAV River.
2857 low power, right 31 left, clear land.
Red line,
There's that charter jet that brought the BYU team here to Dallas.
King Air 8 Kilo Whiskey Alpha 5, Alpha departing on ground, good night.
5 departing.
I've already used up a third of the power on my hand warmer. I've got it set to high. But it does work. We have a new subscriber, Makairu C. I'm pretty sure I botched your name, but I apologize for that. But thank you for being a channel member, or for being a new subscriber to the channel. And look who's here. It is our friend Kevin with Airline Videos. Kevin, hello to you. Thank you so much for your contribution and for your friendship. Say hello to Rudy for me, and thank you again. It's been great knowing you over these years, and you were definitely an inspiration, a big inspiration for me starting this channel 4 years ago after seeing what you were doing. So thank you again for your friendship and for your support of Runway DFW. That's Kevin from Airline Videos Live. He's a pretty big deal here in the aviation community. Kevin was here, of course, a couple months ago to film we use that term loosely, to record with Charlie a special behind-the-scenes profile of Southwest Airlines on his channel, Airline Videos. That was really interesting to watch. You don't have to be sorry to have... Listen, we had our little technical issues to start here, Kevin, so better you should see us now when things are kind of smoothed out a little bit. So we've got two Kevins now. We've got Or at least 2 Kevins. Kevin of Airline Videos and Kevin of Wellington Flights Live. And CFI on the Fly says, wow, everyone is here today. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. We had on Tuesday night, it was a very slow night. I was very surprised. I think it was the slowest night I've ever been to Love Field. Tonight it's not as bad. Here comes flight 2857 from San Antonio, Texas. 737-800 coming in over on the west side of the field on runway 31 left. That's all we can see over in that direction.
No, 2857, Charlie 6, take gate.
Charlie 19.
Charlie, sorry, Southwest 2857, Charlie 6, Charlie Delta 19, Marlboro.
Charlie Delta 19.
I think we've got a little bit of action over here coming our way. From the looks of the marker lights, it's a 737 MAX 8. Because they glow more brightly. Flight 2239. Is that right? No, 2329. Flight 2329. Check that. This is going to Las Vegas. On Runway DFW after dark. We invite you to share a piece of virtual birthday cake here with us on our 4th anniversary. And that's supposed to be moving. I don't know what's happening. Oh, there it goes. It's a little hesitant. Hey, there's Vince Las Vegas. Hello, Vince. Good to see you.
So 2898 low power, front 31 right, clear to land, traffic, company will be quite a private route.
Got that, no land, 31 right, stop.
Southwest 2329 low power, you ready?
We're ready. Southwest 2329.
Southwest 2329,
So,
traffic,
Kevin of Airline Videos, you'll be interested to know. You're a barbecue guy.
31 right, let's take off.
I went to the Heim barbecue just south of the airport here before we went on the air today. It's okay. It's not, it's not terrible, but it's no hard 8, I gotta say. But I saw some uniformed pilots in there catching a snack before their next mission. So it looks like this flight to Las Vegas will be unencumbered as far as its takeoff goes. There is a plane on approach, but I think this one will get off before that one comes in.
So with 29.7 low tower, and 31 left, clear land.
Clear land, 31 left, 29.
Twenty-three, 29, contact when we start approaching 9.
50 Southwest, 23, 29.
Flight 2898. This one's arriving from Orlando. It's another MAX 8. And it is easier to tell these MAX 8s at night because, as it was explained to me, they have LED marker lights which have more persistence than the lights that were previously used. You know what I would have a problem with if I was a pilot would be antenna towers that use strobe lights instead of incandescent or LED lights, because they just kind of blink and they're there and they're gone. Sarah, the real deal. Congratulations on your anniversary. I'm in Orlando attending a conference, so sorry I'm late. You have many more successful years to come, or you hope I do. Well, I hope I do too. Thank you, Sarah, for that $20 super chat. A very generous one indeed. Here comes flight 2097 from Phoenix to MAX 8. Coming in on the west side of the runway. Jeffy likes my scarf. I'm shocked Texans would own one. I think I got this last year, and it has come in handy on days like this and or colder. Claire CC with a $5 super chat. Glad you decided to start streaming in Dallas. Happy 4th birthday stream. Thank you to you, Claire. So here comes the flight from Phoenix. Of which we will have an abbreviated shot of its landing. That's about as much as we can give you of that before we have to segue to the garage.
2097, turn right when able to gate.
Right, sir, I'm going to take Charlie 6 and flip to gate 8.
Well, the random spotter says,
contact ground.
yep, agree, but the nice thing is that strobe lights on towers are pretty rare anymore with the move to LEDs. Yeah, I don't think I've seen as many of those as I have. I just wonder why they got approved in the well, I probably know, because they probably last a lot longer than incandescent bulbs when that was the only other choice. Luke, I read something somewhere about was a YouTube clip, I think, or maybe a Facebook clip of this guy who climbs a tower, you know, one of the tallest towers in the Midwest, to change its bulbs every 6 months. And it sounds outrageous, but it says he gets paid $20,000 to do that. And I don't know if I would do that for that price. Maybe that's a little high. There's Josh Aldrich saying goodnight to us. Josh, thank you so much for your support of the channel, for moderating here on the Runway DFW Moderation Federation, and for your friendship. We'll see you again soon. Thank you. Eric Coupe, a channel member, Quadjet channel member. You've quickly become a favorite pastime for so many of us. Well, thank you. I hope we can get this this connection issue sorted before it's too late, because we had a very reliable connection and it's kind of failed us the last 2 times we've been here. I'll have to contact my carrier. Well, let's look over to JSX, see if we see any more of those ATR aircraft. They had one in the hangar the other night. Those look like all Embraer 145s, which is what they fly in and out here. Okay, so Luke says the tower I talked about 90 miles northwest of me. The person doesn't get 20,000. The company might, but they don't climb every 6 months anymore. Only when a light actually goes out. The more you know. I need a little jingle there. So, so this is unusual. Well, not unusual, but Kevin's saying Verizon wasn't the best for me today. However, for me, that is what I'm using now. I'm using Verizon, and that's the first time I've used Verizon, and I can't even remember how long. We usually use T-Mobile here, which has been very reliable. Coming in from Newark, we've got a Dassault Falcon 50. It's a tri-jet. Coming in from Newark, New Jersey, or New Jersey.
2316, left car, RNAV to Nolan, running 311.
These are kind of the only tri-jets in the sky these days. We'll put that front wheel down there. Makes a very loud sound on arrival.
Okay, 50 X-ray Yankee, make 180, and then out to Alpha parking monitor.
So yeah, the MD-11's still grounded as far as I know. But we do have tri-jet action for you.
1982.
2316, contact Lily Charter Park 39.
That little guy, 43 years old. Flyer KG loves seeing all these private jets. Yeah, that is something we don't get to see too many of at DFW Airport.
Southwest 54, ILS 31 left.
DFW does have an executive terminal.
Left, runway 31 left, clear to land.
31 left, clear to land, Southwest 54.
But, yeah, we don't see too many. Now, people keep asking when we're going to be back at DFW Airport, and the answer is I don't know. The last I heard was they're supposed to be finished with their work at Founders Plaza sometime in January, but I have not heard any updates. I haven't had any time this week to check. There's supposed to be, I think it's this weekend, on Saturday morning, airplanes and coffee event in Gainesville, Texas, which is not too far from where I live. So we may pop in on that on Saturday. I'll probably figure that out tomorrow, so keep your notification bells engaged. And now a word from our sponsor, Beaker and Honeydew. Look, I'm modeling one of our fashionable hoodies right now with the blue meatball Runway DFW logo on it, so, and also my hat, so there you are. Links in the description. Thank you, Beaker and Honeydew. Local plane guy loves Dallas Love Field. And Kevin says, coffee and planes, sign me up. Yeah, they have these events here. I don't know if they're national or not. We were going to go to one in Paris, Texas a couple months back. And bad weather intruded, and so it was canceled. So we may try this weekend. Coming into view now over the skyline of Dallas, Texas. Southwest Flight 54 from Houston Hobby Airport. This will be a 737
Tower, just make
700.
sure Southwest 54 is clear to land.
Yep, you sure are. Runway 31 left, clear to land.
All right, thanks.
Oh, clear to land. That's good. There it is. Luke says, I was wearing my Runway DFW hoodie over this past weekend when the snowstorm was rolling through. So warm. You know, If it were me, if there was a snowstorm rolling through, I'd probably be dressed like I am now. I've got about 8 layers underneath this hoodie. But it's working.
Southwest 54, what's your gate?
1.
Okay, yeah, if you can take that next taxiway.
So Luke says going outside required some Carhartts and a hat, gloves, boots, blah, blah, blah. Tired of it already. Yeah, I don't know if I could live in any place that's colder than these here parts get. Megan Dressler commenting on the on the move stream that Kevin and Rudy provided while they were driving to Phoenix on Thanksgiving week. That was an interesting drive. It's always fun to see you guys chatting, even if there's no planes involved. And plane guy saying Phoenix needs to be for Christmas too, over there at Airline Videos. We've got another plane coming in over the downtown district. This is going to be Southwest 2345. That's easy enough to remember. Coming in from Denver, a 737-800. So we'll do it again. Aviation Adrenaline 58. Thank you for your kind words. And Airline Videos letting Beaker and Honeydew know that they're moving the Kermit statue from Hollywood. Oh no. Alrighty then, here comes this plane from the Mile High City. Adam Turner 7422 says, so glad to hear the Bob Ross of aviation on a cold Thursday in North Texas and South Oklahoma. I don't know. That's what there's more than one person who said that about me, and I don't know. Uncle Plane Guy saying happy birthday to your channel, Walt. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll give myself a little happy birthday here.
Happy birthday to you.
To me. You can see all the, you can tell that there's low clouds tonight because you can see the lights from the city bouncing up off the clouds in this particular shot. Vince Kowaleski wishing us a happy birthday. Thank you. Very much appreciated. And it is our birthday, so we're having some cake, candles, celebrating our more than 700 live broadcasts over the last 4 years. So it's hard to believe we're entering our 5th year of doing this. It's just hard to believe. More action coming up here on the west side of the airport. Flight 1659 from Baltimore, Washington International. This will be MAX 8. Be coming into view here momentarily as soon as I punch the button. Which I will do presently. There we go. Oops. You'll see it on that shot first. Jeffy DH, it's a heat wave in the Great White North, warmed up from negative 36 Fahrenheit to 23 degrees Fahrenheit in 24 hours. That's quite a shift. It must seem balmy there now. Wow. There's another vote for Bob Ross by Kiwi Whispers. Let me get back into position here. Mariana, Texas, wishing us a happy birthday. Thank you, Mariana. Uncle Plane Guy, did you hear about the Thunderbirds crash? Hope the pilot will be okay to fly soon. Yes, I saw a statement from the military about that. It wasn't very specific about the condition of the pilot. I hope that they're okay. Well, the parade of planes keeps coming in, not here on the east side, however. Next in will be Flight 2708 from Phoenix, a 737 MAX 8. And there you see it in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. Well, thank you very much, Adam.
DPS-1, Mozart.
We're over at it, 1600, need to work a call north of the airport down off West Chapel. We're at 1600.
DPS-1, radar contact over Addison, clearance to the South Bravo airspace, report on station level somewhere 3022.
3022, are y'all in north or south flow?
We're in North Flow.
North flow, roger.
So you just heard, I think, a DPS helicopter, Department of Public Safety, is working something to the
I
north.
don't have any departures right now. Just kind of a steady flow of arrivals.
Okay, these guys are doing aggravated robberies. They're armed. They're right off of Webb Chapel. I'm concerned we're going to be off your departure end, but if you can let us work a little bit in there and get them out of there, that would be helpful. We can move in and out of your way.
Yeah, right now you're good to go. I'll let you know if I have any departures. But we should be able to be okay. What altitude do you think you're going to need to be at?
We can stay where we are or lower. You can just lower whatever you want.
Yeah, probably the lower the better. Just in case we have a go-around of any kind, that would be probably the most prudent thing.
Okay, we're coming down and we got about 3 miles to go. We'll be on station.
Very good. All right, Southwest 2708, what's your gate?
16, Southwest 2708.
Okay, left on Charlie, Golf Romeo to 16.
Left on Charlie, Golf Romeo to 16, Southwest 2708.
So that was an interesting conversation with the helicopter pilot.
Just Airport 3, Yellow Tower, runway 3 on the right, clear to land.
The police helicopter pilot was concerned that they might be in the way of departures, but we don't have any departures in the near future, the dispatcher said.
43, there will be a helicopter off the departure end, low level working. Won't be a factor for you unless you need to go around, so if you think you need to go around, just let me know as soon as you can.
This is flight 2623 from Los Angeles. Why, that's the world occupied by our friend Kevin at Airline Videos Live. 737-700.
Citation, they're on a 4-mile final. After that, it looks like I actually have a break in the arrivals as well. So then you'll be able to move wherever you'd like, whatever else you'd like. Southwest 2623, what's your gate?
48 509, Southwest 2623.
All right, Bravo to 5, good night.
Bravo to 5, have a great night as well, Southwest 2623.
All right, we got one more plane coming in, and then, according to the dispatcher, we probably won't be seeing much of anything for a while.
I mean, you can plan a 180. I don't have anyone behind you, so as soon as you land, you can plan a 180 back taxi down to Alpha 3.
We have a Fly exclusive. That's the name of the company that operates this plane, I guess. Flight 843 coming in from Idaho Falls, a Cessna Citation XL. Been up there for about 2.5 hours, and it's coming on in, and after that, we may pack things up. But we'll have chat extravaganza on this anniversary of our broadcast, of our first broadcast. Technically, the reason I picked this date.
They're running back towards the airport. We're coming back to you.
GPS 1, roger. That citation, they're short final now, about a mile final, descending out of 800.
Roger that, DPS
1. The reason I picked this date is because this was the first kind of real, I don't know, broadcast that we did that seemed to kind of point the way to our future. We had some test broadcasts which didn't go all that well, audio problems, whatnot. Look at us, 4 years later, still having technical issues. But, yeah. I was looking at a YouTube video a couple days ago. They were giving a tour of one of these broadcast trucks that does the sporting events. Oh my goodness.
Just area 43, yep, back taxi to your discretion, and Alpha 3 out to the ramp, good night.
Back taxi, Alpha 3 out to the ramp.
It's so amazing how much they pack into those trucks. Every wall is filled with screens and buttons, and just amazing.
Tower Training 843. Just past Alpha 3 on the right side of the runway.
Oh, but it's actually on the runway?
Yeah, it's off to the right side, but yeah, it's on.
Okay, thanks. I'll get off out there.
So
Are there any ops monitoring this frequency?
I didn't hear what was said. Something's on the runway or just off the runway. It was just reported. And the control tower was asking if there's any operations teams listening to this frequency. Well, thank you, JR. Good night to you. Appreciate your being here. I hear the helicopter, but I don't think we're in a position to see it. We're talking about a police helicopter looking for, I believe, a robbery. Oh, wait a minute, I do see it. Hold on there. It's also got its searchlight deployed here, so it's just to the northeast of where we are. It's shining down a beam of light. It's a pretty pinpoint beam, isn't it? Well, they catch whatever they're looking for down there. Can we see what they're aiming at? Is it over there? Well, they're looking for somebody. But there's no activity here at Love Field right now, so got free reign to fly about. Help the ground units track down whoever they're looking for. Just tuning in, we're watching a police helicopter over Dallas, looking for a suspect of some sort in the vicinity of Love Field. think this is as close as we can get. I think I'm on full zoom plus digital zoom, so.
Well, Tower Op 5 is at Bombardier. We'd like to see from Bombardier, Mike 1 on to 31 right for inspection for 5.
Yeah, you can proceed as expected, proceed on runway 31 right.
Alright, Op 5, continue to question on to 31 right, we'll advise when off.
And yeah, the aircraft said that just right past Alpha 3 on the right side. It should be there. And he didn't make it very far past Alpha 3 before he turned around, so I'd look pretty close to there.
Okay, copy that, thank you.
Well, there you go. A little police action there for you on Runway DFW. Firepix 1979, aka Larry Brown, says fly-alongs were my favorite type of assignment when I was a photojournalist, along with ride-alongs. Yeah, I've been on a small helicopter a couple of times in my career. Been quite a while. First one was on one of those bubble front helicopters, you know, the kind where you look down at your feet and it's all glass, and it was a little disconcerting. Ooh, Dr. posits that they are looking for Mrs. McCutcheon's lost tabby. Yeah, I don't think they're going to put up a helicopter for that.
Love Tower, DPS 1, we got everybody in custody. We can depart out to the east.
DPS 1, alright, well done. Yeah, the departure out to the east is approved.
Really appreciate you helping us. We couldn't do this without you guys, so thank you.
Okay, no worries. Happy to play our part.
Yes, ma'am.
Super. Okay, they got
Tower November 5 Golf Alpha with you for the ILS 3 left.
November 555 Golf Alpha left tower, runway 31 left, clear to land 13303.
So here is the one of the ground operations vehicles, apparently in search of debris on the runway, as reported by a pilot.
Were you able to find it at all?
Affirmative, I have retrieved it.
Ah.
All right, very good. Was it actually a rock?
Yeah, it was a pretty good sized rock.
Wow, all right. I wonder how long that's been out there.
Okay, a rock in custody. Wow, 2 successes in a row. So just a reminder, you are watching Runway DFW live on our birthday. Well, thanks for joining us on Runway DFW's birthday number 4. We are happy to be with you and glad you could join us on this Thursday evening. Got more planes to watch here. This appears to be a Gulfstream 650ER. Coming to us from the Washington, D.C. area. And Super 80 Adrian with a lesson: dropping rocks doesn't pay. Sarah, coming to us from Orlando tonight, says good night. Good night to you, Sarah. Thank you so much for your wonderful friendship and support of this channel. The Will Life Imagined with a happy anniversary. message. Thank you to you.
Have a good night.
The random spotter says, inquiring minds want to know, is that an actual cake you got for the occasion? No, this is the this is the magic of AI. That's an AI cake. I just told it I wanted a birthday cake in the shape of an airplane with blue frosting and 4 candles, and there you go. It's amazing. Now the background is not AI. That was that was a lot of hard work, that background. I took took dozens and dozens of our thumbnails from over the years, and for some reason they're playing back kind of jerkily, but it was kind of fun to look back at all those, but that was a long time to piece that all together. The Adventures of Gibby. The Rock has been taken into custody? Yes, apparently it has. Claire says, do you remember how many viewers you had on the first stream? I don't. I'm sure it was in the... it did not reach into the beyond, maybe 20 or 25, maybe if that much. I mean, here's the thing, on YouTube, you don't, until you start broadcasting, nobody knows you're there, and then it's kind of up to YouTube to present what you're doing to other viewers. And until you can get some traction, that's a hard thing to do. And I know a lot of people get frustrated with it, and sometimes I do too. I even talk to some people who have very large channels, and they get frustrated sometimes because of crazy things YouTube does, or seeing numbers not being where they expect them to be, and it's just one of those things. And fortunately for me, this is not my full-time job, so I can I try to do this as often as I can. Usually we're with you 3 times a week or so, whenever possible. Occasionally more, sometimes less, but it all depends on other things that I've got to do, plus my regular job. So I've got to say, it's not. I don't know that I could count on this as a steady income. If this was the only thing I was doing, but I'm just lucky that I'm in a position where I can be able to do this whenever I can, and that you're there to join me. So thank you to you. Pensy Plain says, Walt, there probably weren't many airport live streams 4 years ago. Well, there weren't. Well, certainly not as many as there are today. But I think the first one I saw was from London. Hold on, I'm looking at something else here to make sure we're not missing anything. But yeah, one of the original plane spotters, Big Jet TV. I don't know if he was actually the first, but I think he kind of made the biggest splash. And of course, his personality is so big, it just goes right through the screen. And so, Jerry was the first plane spotter who got my attention. And then I saw Kevin from Airline Videos Live, who had, I think within the year, you know, he had started maybe earlier the year I started or the year before. He'd been doing plane spotting though for a long time, just not live. But I was intrigued by what he was able to do, and I liked his presentation, and so I didn't copy what Kevin was doing, but I did try to emulate some of the things he was doing, and I give a lot of credit to Kevin for inspiring me to get a camera and go out to the airport and try to fire this up. Adam Turner says, congrats, many more years to come. Thank you. Buckeye Traveler just joining from H-Town, Houston. Happy 4th anniversary to you and the mods and the channel. Thank you. So Game Boy Lyrics is April 10th, 2021 was the first day of AVL. So that was the year I started, except I started about 6 months or more later, towards the end of that year. Well, more than 6 months. But yeah, Kevin's had a big impact on the whole plane spotting community, I think. And Kiwi Whisper says, thanks, Kevin, and great job, Walt. And Beaker and Honeydew, our pals and moderator. So glad you do what you do for DFW, Walt. Love seeing the home airport. Well, we'll be back at DFW hopefully next month. If anybody's heard anything about what's happening at DFW Airport, let us know. I haven't been out there. We were out there last month and got to see Founders Plaza from Terminal D, which is about a mile away. Yeah, they had a lot of excavation going over there at Founders Plaza, and hopefully they'll get that all squared away in very short order, because we miss our little spot out there. Oh, thank you, Kevin. That's very kind of you to say. Well, I look back at my first broadcast. I'm sure your first one too, Kevin, or your first broadcasts were a little tentative. And of course, we probably had to deal a lot more back in those days with connection issues. That was the big thing, was getting a solid connection. And I know Kevin worked that out by having all sorts of options for connections from different carriers to make sure that he could get on the air. But, you know, even when it's solid, sometimes it just goes poof. So, Alan English with a congratulations, watching from Louisiana. Cheers to you. Thank you. Rolando Franco with a thank you. I appreciate that. Claire says, I like those DHL planes paint job. I like that too. I miss all those freight planes that we see at DFW. We'll get back there soon. So anyway, I think let me see. Let me do a little check here as I yak away. I see one Southwest plane scheduled to go to Phoenix. Supposed to have left at 8:45. So it's running a bit behind, but it's still at the gate. So I don't know. I think we may be about to wrap this.
To the 745 left target, evening, runway 31 right, clear to lift. 31 right, by the way.
All right, well, I guess we've got one more plane coming in, so we'll wait for that. Wood Doctor says there were some pretty impressive stormy landings at London Heathrow that caused big jets to be recommended on YouTube. That's how I found live stream plane spotting. That is, yeah, well, Jerry's an old hand at that. Broadcasting from stormy weather. Fancy Planes says connection issues are still a thing for some of us, LOL. Well, you know, just when you think that everything is going hunky-dory, as they say, that's I think a technical term that we use here in the business, but just when you think everything is hunky-dory, something happens. Well, it looks like our last plane of the night is going to be a Bombardier Challenger 350 from Midland, Texas. It's a NetJets Flight 745. A Flyer KG, he still says that. He still says that. Jerry does. He talks to the planes as they come in. He's a character. I'm lucky enough to have gotten to meet him when he came to DFW the last time. And he travels very light, much lighter than I do, or does Kevin with Airline Videos Live. It's just a different philosophy, I guess. But it works. So there will be a handful of flights that come and go subsequent to this one, but not very many. So that's kind of why I'm making the executive decision to fold up the tent after this one. So I've got to say the loudest plane of the night was that Dassault Falcon.
To the 745 where you parked?
The Tri-Jet. Got one more plane.
Right, you can make the 180, then Alpha 3 Alpha to the ramp.
Okay, let's see.
All right, 180 and backtrack and exit Alpha 3 Alpha to the terminal and take the 180.
So this plane is going out, so we'll get to see this plane going out. We've got also right below us a plane coming in to park for the night. So that's that'll make 3 planes parking below us. I don't think I've ever seen more than 2, although there's space for at least 1 more down there. It's just kind of an overnight parking spot. Really can get some light maintenance. Quantastic, thank you so much for your kind words. This is great fun to do. Challenging sometimes, but it's great fun. And the biggest part of it, I think, is getting to hang out with you, the viewer. Wouldn't be much fun without having you guys to chat with. So did we say where this plane is going to? I don't think we even looked it up yet, have we? Oh, Phoenix. Phoenix is a popular destination. Flight 2898, max 8. A lot of 8s there.
So 2898, contact along start departure.
Go departure, Alpha 2898.
Thank you, Davo Carapiro, for your kind words to us.
This is 3974 left, tower runway 3 right, clear to land.
0 right, clear to land, 3974.
Salt Lake City Flight says, I don't see the United that is coming to Dallas Love Field on Flight Radar 24. Are you sure it's scheduled to come? Also, Omni Air Transport is coming. Is it? Omni Air Transport. Tonight? Let me double check our schedule before I decide to pack things up here. Arrival board. Well, I guess I'm not seeing what you're seeing. All I see is Southwest, some NetJets, handful of private planes. I don't see anything. It looks like United coming into
Just 2184
to this
left,
airport.
target evening, runway 31 left, clear left.
Land 31 left, 2184.
Oh, is that tomorrow? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what time. I haven't looked that far ahead. Well, I think that was on Jet Tip. Got a 757 Delta VIP configuration coming in at 2:20 a.m. it says. Is that the one we already saw? Not sure. All right, well here's we're trying to go. There's a United coming in at 12:39 p.m. tomorrow, an Airbus A321 from Lubbock, Texas, and leaving at 2:03 p.m. I guess that's what you were asking about. I will not be here for that. We will be here for Flight 3974 coming in from Salt Lake City. A 737-700.
Left, Mike 5, which gate?
K9.
Alright, taxi to ramp in, Mike 5 Bravo, monitor ground went off.
Mike 5 Bravo, will monitor ground went off at the 3974.
Okay, so I think that's going to be our final action. Did we get, oh, it's already 10:30. Okay, well, that's about when things tend to slow down here. All right, we'll take one last look at the Delta jet that came in with a team from Provo, Utah. Where'd it go? Is it here still? Yes. So here it is with twinkly lights in the foreground. Carried a BYU team here for a game of some sort. And I think that's going to do it for us. think we need some upbeat music. All right, thank you for watching our 4th anniversary show. If you were here from the start, you know we had some technical issues, but we kind of muddled through them and figured it out. And I thank you for your patience if you've been with us the whole time. We'll be back with you on Saturday, I believe. I don't know for sure when. We might be coming to you from Airplanes and Coffee at the airport in Gainesville, Texas, or we might be here. I don't think we'll be both places. Thank you to our channel sponsor, James Webb. Thank you to our great members of the channel. We had some celebrities here tonight. We had Kevin from Airline Videos Live. We had Kevin from Wellington Flights Live join us for a bit. Thanks to both of them. Thank you to our subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, why not? Just a question. And that's it. We'll see you soon again on Runway DFW. Thank you for 4 great years, and we're looking forward to year number 5 with you on Runway DFW. Happy contrails to you until we meet again. Chat Stravaganza is next.
Let's go to 184 with you. Taxi around Charlie Delta, mile to ground.
Charlie Delta over to ground. Southwest. Stay with you on Charlie, correct?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
I hope I didn't forget to thank our mods. Sometimes I do, and I don't not thank you intentionally. Thank you to our mods. They're the greatest.
Southwest 4214, Hornet Zulu 31 right.
That's 4214 left tire, runway 31 right, clear lane.
Clear lane 31 right, Southwest 4214.
left tire, runway 31 right, crew left.
Clear land 31 right, this is 578.
Southwest 4214 with kick.
Birkin 414.
Roger, taxi to 4 via Bravo, mother to grind.
Alright, via Bravo, home line. Okay.
2.
Left field tower, TBM 2350 Foxtrot, holding short, Mike 1.
TBM 50 Foxtrot, left tower.
Extension 584 is with you on the approach for 31 right.
Extension 584, low tower, runway 3 right, clear to land.
Go land, 31 right, extension 584.
Extension 578, where you parked?
Yeah, we're going to Terminal 1.
Correct that. Make the left, Mike 5, continue, Mike 3, hold short, 3 right.
Alright, left, Mike 5, Mike 3, we'll hold short of 2
For 5 0 Foxtrot, you can pull up 2 hold short, 2 and right, Mike 1.
Pull up 2, hold short, 3 1 right, Mike 1, EBM 5 0 Foxtrot.
EBM 5 0 Foxtrot, traffic 4 out, runway 3 right, clear for takeoff.
3 1 right, clear for takeoff, 5 0 Foxtrot.
584 be 1 departure prior to your around the 6th of the land, 3 1 right.
Extension 584.
Little cable noise here.
584, where you parked? 584, make the 180, then Alpha 3 Alpha to the ramp.
Alright, 180 Alpha 3 Alpha to the ramp.
ground test, buddy.
Number 123, Papa Mike, 4 miles from the runway 31 right.
123, Papa Mike, left side, runway 3 right, clear to land.
31 right. 123, Papa Mike.
Papa Mike, where you parked?
Business jet.
Roger, sir. Alpha 5, Alpha, good round.
Alpha 5, Alpha 2, Delta Ram, Southwest, 23.
I'm very glad that I unplugged the Wild Sound microphone just before I hit my head on the hatch of my car and let out a big loud ow that they could probably hear from all the way down there. But I'm okay, I think. Okay, so that's it for us. Thanks again to all of our great mods, to all of our channel sponsor James Webb, to all of our subscribers, and to all of our members. And we'll see you sometime on Saturday from somewhere, I think. You know, I just realized, I think I'm looking like Kenny from South Park. This is my new look. But anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon once again on Runway DFW Live. Thanks for watching on our anniversary show. No, they didn't kill Kenny. Not this time.
This is Warren Barnett speaking for Runway DFW, a Runway DFW production, all rights reserved.